Now, it's time for the Coach Penny Hardaway Show, presented by Cook's Pest Control. The show is also supported by AutoZone. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone, Chick-fil-A, Eat More Chicken, your Memphis Toyota dealers, Toyota, Let's Go Places, the Tennessee Lottery, and Subway, make it what you want.
Welcome into the show, everybody. While all the games went on this weekend, life has a way of stunning us on occasion, and that was the case yesterday here and really all around the world when Kobe Bryant and his daughter and several others in a helicopter went down in California. I know that really touched you, Penny. I know you've had a hard time here with all of this. You tweeted yesterday with you in your Knicks uniform and him next to you with his Laker uni. About how tough this was for you. So if you don't mind, share your expressions and your relationships with Kobe Bryant.
It was a difficult day yesterday for sure, to even just read that. Just instantly started crying because I understood the magnitude of what just happened. Not losing an unbelievable player, but a great husband, great father, and what he did for the world, not only our country and the kids in America, but for the kids all over the world. And you know, the competitive nature in Kobe, to be able to battle with him, to be able to talk to him, to know who he was as an icon, and to have that tragic situation happen, it's just still devastating. And I don't know, it's bothered me all day yesterday, it's bothered me all day today. When you have a fraternity of brothers that you've competed against or played with, when something like this happens, it crushes all of us. I mean, really, it's really deep. And just trying to keep it together, you know, and keep things in perspective. Still got a team to coach and kids to raise of my own and things of that nature. But man, I tell you, this really hurts.
It struck me as well. Here's a guy, we know what he was as a player: 5 rings, 18 All-Star appearances. That's amazing in 20 years. But he really had it together. You know, he won an award, an Emmy Award. He also was a guy who appeared to really be as good a businessman. And the thing that strikes you, you've got a career going now as a coach. He seemed to be in a really good place, that he had a new challenge for himself.
Yeah, I think, you know, Kobe's mentality when he was a player was always hardcore, always pushing, always taking everything to the red line. And he exemplified that every time he got on the court on both ends of the floor. I think leaving that world and going into the business world and being around his kids and his daughter Gigi in AAU really made him happy, because he didn't have to, even though he was still competitive, he didn't have to be that same guy, like, I hate you because I'm competing against you. The love was shown more with him, with being with her at the games and being with his family. And as far as a businessman, he just followed in Magic's footsteps, Michael Jordan's footsteps. He saw that happen before him. So his best life was ahead of him, because he was going to affect more people being out of basketball than he did while he was in it. That's even incredible within itself.
It sure does seem to be a loss for the world. In the meantime, life does go on. On this edition of the Penny Show, tough week for the Tigers as well. 2 losses we'll go over, and really both of these losses were entirely different. Then, of course, we've got the Cook's Pest Control Player of the Game. And it's good to see a young guy get over the hump. And then inside access, one of the Tigers had their jersey retired. We'll talk with him about that. And then the AutoZone road ahead. We've got 2 games coming up, one on the road and one next Saturday at FedEx Forum. Stick around. This is the Penny Hardaway TV show.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
Welcome back in. So last week, if we're being honest, was not a very good week for the University of Memphis. 2 losses, both in different forms, and the first one was on the road in Tulsa. And I will say, Frank Haith's team at home, the Reynolds Center, is always a different kind of a team. They play off the crowd, and this was one of the better crowds that we've seen them have. And they were picked 10th in the league. All of a sudden, they're tied for first.
Yeah, they have a lot of motivation, you know, and then you never can count out a team that has veterans, and they have a veteran squad. And everybody gets an opportunity to say what they want, but you have a chance to prove them wrong. And that's what they're trying to do to everybody. Hey, you guys pick Memphis, you guys pick Houston, and we're going to play everybody hard. And now they're leading the conference with Houston. and we're struggling, but they played extremely hard because they really wanted that game. They knew that game was for first place, and they played like it.
Precious led the way at 10.6 rebounds, the only Tiger to play that scored in double figures, and their offense, Tulsa's, was terrific. We could talk all we want to about their zone defense, but this was the worst defensive game for your team. The first one to shoot over 50% all year long.
Yeah, the zone kind of, had us discombobulated and out of sorts. But we took that energy from the offensive end back to the defensive end, and I was very disappointed with that because that's not who we are. Young team, first time hitting adversity like this for an entire game, and we folded. So, that's part of the coaching staff. I have to take the blame for that and just coach these young guys up more.
Not to make an excuse, but young guys. And a lot of times you're playing with one sophomore and 4 freshmen out there counting on these guys. It's the first time this year we saw the will to win sort of slip away.
Yeah, well, they kept going back to that zone and confusing the guys. So when they couldn't score, like I said, it just seemed like to bring down the energy and the morale of the team. They were trying, but just couldn't get anything accomplished. And the guys that we weren't supposed to let score were scoring, and we couldn't get anything going on the offensive end.
It is an interesting zone defense. It did confuse you. 20 turnovers, only 10 assists in the game, and you shoot like 26% in the second half. And they kind of confused, I think, Precious with that zone D.
Yeah, well, Precious, we were running plays, and Precious just didn't know where the spots were. Like I said, he's never seen it before. Everything that they're learning for the very first time. And he didn't know how to, get in the zone. Even though we showed him for 3 or 4 days what to do, when you get out there, man, it's just different because there's bodies out there now that are used to doing that zone. And he just, like I said, the youth on the team really showed in that game.
When this one was over, it's tough. You got to be a psychologist here. When you lose 80-40, that's going to be the final. I know I kept thinking the Tigers are going to make a run and get at least under double digits. They did not. How do you treat them? Do you beat on them? Do you show them stuff? What do you do to turn it around?
You just work hard. That's it. I mean, things in life are going to happen, man. We just got done talking about Kobe Bryant and his situation. There's nothing that can turn around about that. We can turn our situation around. So it's just about work, and more work with us.
And I know when you did go back in the gym, you really went, you said, old school defensive side.
Yeah, we went defensive side. We went to just flat out just trying to guard your man, just trying to hustle and scrap. But then again, with a young team, it's 40 minutes, and the attention span doesn't need to be for 30, 32, or 33. It needs to be for 40.
This Tulsa team, by the way, is much better than we all thought. They've got a kid that transferred from LSU and Brandon Rochelle. And bottom line is they went to UConn after the Memphis win and won in overtime there. So they're still tied with Houston at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, they're on the high. They're playing well. We had the same thing happen when we went 10 games in a row. There was nobody that we could play within that stretch that we didn't think that we could beat. And once you get that confidence and you start winning, it just grows. And right now, our confidence is down. We got to get a win to get back on that trail, the winning trail. But Tulsa's playing well because winning cures all.
And also some real veteran guys on that team too, and that seems to be a theme. You'll see it in the next game too with SMU. They have portal transfer guys, and big difference. And there's your final 80-40. Worst loss since 2006, down against SMU. And ironically, that's the team you're going to face next.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that the coaches have done that really I kind of overlooked, they went out and got grad transfers and transfers. They didn't think that they could go out and recruit 5-stars. And this is a veterans league, and Aaron McKee and myself talked about it last year. 5-star players versus 5th-year seniors. You're going to go with the 5th-year seniors, and that's what's happening in this league right now.
And in defense of you did have that plan. Rajon Tucker ended up going to
NBA,
to the NBA and the G League.
Yeah.
If he'd been around, this
it'd be a different story. But there are no excuses. These young guys have to grow up, and we have to compete for 40 minutes.
And I know you wanted to see energy against SMU. That's exactly what you'll see when we come back. Stick around. This is the Penny Hardaway TV show.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
Welcome back in. Thanks for joining us. So the Tigers fall 80-40, and everybody's got their psyche hurt here. And you got a young team. You got to get them back together. The one thing I know you wanted to see was there would not be quit in this game, and I think you got the answer to that.
Yeah, well, we're back home, and we need to protect home court. We need to remember who we are. Obviously, when you got young guys, their minds and brains are all over the place. and you just got to keep staying on them for 40 minutes. And we came out the way that we needed to come out, though.
There's another one of the sneakers games. You had the shattered backboard composites. I'm learning all these things.
Yeah, it was coaches versus cancer game, and you wear the suits with the sneakers, which I usually do that all the time. But for this week, that Nike gave us my basketball shoe, the foam posit with the shattered backboard, and it's for a great cause.
You get off to a really good start in this game. You're going to have 4 guys in double figures, and look who's back.
Yeah, Boogie, 14 points in 23 minutes. Looked much better and more comfortable out there on the floor. And defensively, we just have to do better.
Precious Achiuwa, 1 rebound shy of another double-double. So he's hanging in there, although I saw maybe he got a little bit tired at the end of the ball game. But you build this comfortable lead, and what I like is you end up with a lot of assists and only 2 turnovers in the entire first half. And one of those, the first one, like 11 minutes in, is on an illegal screen.
Yeah, well, we kind of narrowed down the choices of what we wanted to do on offense to try to keep the kids under control, and it really worked. Like I said, only 2 turnovers. One of those turnovers was an on-ball screen, offensive foul by Malcolm Dandridge. Other than that, everything worked smoothly in the first half.
Sharing the ball, and there is a nice bucket for Tyler Harris. Thank you to Lester Quinones, and because of sharing the ball, a good percentage. You shot 49%. Yeah,
well, sharing the ball is going to do that. Moving the ball, we call it 0.5 mentality, where you don't hold on to it, you pass it as soon as you get it. If you don't have a shot, don't hold it and let the defense recover. So we did that really well in the first half.
Everybody getting involved, and nice to see Lance Thomas get a bucket. He's a guy who's been working hard.
Yeah, just happy to see any of the kids that work really hard be rewarded in the game.
So you build up this lead, and with 6 minutes to go, you're up 11, and you really haven't turned the ball over very much at all. There's not really a whole bunch of foul trouble. DJ Jeffrey's going to lead the team with 18 points. He's all over the place. You had to feel pretty secure.
Yeah, well, I'm never secure until the minutes on the clock go 0 and we're up. But I understand that was a veteran team, a lot of transfers. They got a lot of good players from other teams to transfer to their school to go along with the guys that have been there, that have been losing, that want to get off that losing snide. And man, they got hungry. They smelled blood at the end of the game.
That was a pretty play right there. Boogie also dishing. And when this one went in, everybody at FedEx Forum, it was a great crowd, by the way. Everybody thought this game was going to go your way. All the bounces are until this very end when the drought will begin.
Yeah, well, you have to, like I said, you have to play for 40 minutes. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you, even though you have all freshmen, and these freshmen need to understand the magnitude of what stage we're on for 40 minutes, not just 30, not just 35.
And I know you tried everything. You were going offensive and defensive substitutions, trying to find the right lineup. After you've looked at all this video, was there anything you could have done differently here?
The guys just needed to play tougher. I mean, I've always done offense and defense since I've been here. Even on the 10-game win streak, we sub guys at the end of the game, offense for defense. It's amazing how, I've asked that question in the media like it was the first time I did it and that made us lose the game. I've been doing that for 2 years, so it's just a part of what it is. You just got to win, and we want to win for sure. We got to get back on the winning track.
And you'll have obviously 2 opportunities. Did you like, since this game, the response your team has shown?
I do. I actually think that, tough times don't last, that tough people do. And we have a fragile group of guys that are very young, but they know that the season is still going on and we have something that we can do about it. So we're going to do something about it.
That was a chance to tie the game. A great play by Precious. It did not go. And 74-70, that's your final. 4 turnovers, 0 for 8, and no points in the last 6 minutes. And that, I know, crushed you. I haven't seen you down like that in maybe ever.
Because I haven't lost a game that we were supposed to win at home. We haven't lost those games. And to give the lead away and lose that game, it did crush me because I understood the magnitude of that win. And like I said, our kids have to start understanding their focus gets off so much during the game, worried about different things when they just need to lock in and finish the game. This is not high school anymore. We're all learning together, but you got to finish the game off 40 minutes, period.
one bright spot. That was Boogie Ellis, and he is the Cooks Pest Control Player of the Week. It was so good to see Boogie come back. 14 points. He hit 3 threes against SMU. He had a real nice dish. I thought he played pretty good on-ball defense against their really good point guard, Kendrick Davis. A great night for Boogie.
Yeah, good to see Boogie's hard work pay off. Very proud of him in that effort. It's just hard pill to swallow that we lost while he had his best game. But hopefully he continues to play that way, and we can move forward and get back on the winning track. I'm proud of his effort, though.
Boogie is the Cooks Pest Control Player of the Week. We take the break, and when we come back, we will get a little Toyota inside access. Look who got his number retired.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
Inside access about team pride. DJ Jeffries had his number retired at Olive Branch. The whole Memphis team showed up, and here's what DJ thought.
I found out, my mama posted something on Twitter, but like I ain't know if it was like nothing serious. So Coach them told me yesterday that we was gonna leave practice a little early to come out here to see my jersey retirement. So I was kind of shocked, and I was ready to come out here and see everybody because I ain't been out here for a little minute, so I was happy. This is a huge accomplishment for me and my family today, and I'm just glad to be one of the first men to get my jersey retired. I mean, it's kind of a surreal moment because this. Like I said, I was the first one to ever do it, so I'm probably ain't nobody gonna ever be able to wear number 0, and I'm forever be a legend here in my hometown, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I mean, that means everything because this was a big night for me, and just for them to come out here and support me, it means a lot, and I appreciate all those guys and everybody. I won 1 state championship. I wish I could have won 4, but I learned a lot, and then when I got to college, if I were to know what I know now, I probably would have won 4 more. But it's all about learning and growing. I don't know. I don't really know what to say, really. I mean, I'm just on it.
What a special night, and I loved that the whole team was there.
Yeah, it was. We had to support DJ. That is a huge accomplishment for him to have his jersey retired, and he had an unbelievable career there while he was there.
No doubt about it. The AutoZone Road Ahead is next. Stick around.
You're watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show.
Seeing that DJ smile, man, it made me think about your retirement at Treadwell. They got that number 1 or 25 going.
Yeah, number 25 will never be worn again. The school is shut down now, so obviously they didn't want anybody to wear it again. But if the school reopens, the 25 will never be worn, and I'm very proud of that.
So many great point guards. You, of course, Elliott, Chris Garner.
Yep.
What a school that is for sure. In the meantime, we got a lot of basketball still to be played. There is an NCAA tournament that can still be made. It starts in Orlando with UCF.
Yeah, UCF all guards now. No Taco Fall to deal with. They shoot a lot of threes and try to penetrate the paint. We have to be ready for it.
And then back home, it'll be noon. FedEx Forum, your friend Danny Hurley in town, and they're struggling.
Yeah, well, they're struggling, but they got some capable guards. So we have to, back-to-back games, we have to worry about the guards for sure.
I have no question you're going to get it back together. We'll see you Saturday at FedEx Forum. We'll see you right back here next Monday night. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Coach Penny Hardaway Show, presented by Cooks Pest Control. The show is also supported by AutoZone. From parts to helpful advice, AutoZone has everything you need to get in the zone. AutoZone, Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Your Memphis Toyota dealers, Toyota, let's go places. The Tennessee Lottery, and Subway. Make it what you want. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Memphis. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Memphis and Learfield IMG College. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation of the Tigers Sports Network.